It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Vikings on Monday night.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up. Jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with their opponents. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week. Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Second and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 17. They'll run with Etienne. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Black Knights drive it right down the field to score on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out from Texas A&M at quarterback, Kellen Mond.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Mond. It's complete to Brown, right side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll drop to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense?
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Mond out of the shotgun. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. Not much there, only a yard.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Mond's throw complete there to Smith. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Mond's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Cook, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Mond. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. A quick pass to Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top for Kupp. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp as the first half is winding down. And the Black Knights will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mond. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Going to let one fly for Robinson. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Saints who were able to walk away with the road victory. Ian Book, strong as usual in the victory as his guys run their record now to 7-3. From there, we're off to check out another game. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Jameis Winston, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Chris Godwin leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback.
Keep playing hard.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now Mond on the bootleg. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Room to run past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. And this one is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
On play action, they'll throw. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A handoff for Etienne. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Black Knights are able to stretch out their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just carry away from busting this open.
The loss, 2nd and 12. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. On 2nd and 12, Munn forced out to his left, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Bond going to throw it. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. This is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll drop the throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Caught on the slant. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Monstro there taken in by Smith. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mond. He's going to get this one down to Cook. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Here's Mond. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's going to let it fly. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for our visitors, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.